Welcome back to the shop. I have something new to play with today. I actually went out and bought a pre-assembled or used QDX. Actually I bought two of them, but this is the high band version, 20 to 10 meters. Of course I had this tiny little SWR meter. Let's see if you can zoom in a little bit. There we go, tiny little SWR meter, because this thing doesn't have an indication as to the SWR of the antenna. So I want to use this together with the QDX. To do that I need some sort of cabling that is not 5 meters long, which is the shortest one I have already, going from this BNC to this SMA. So we'll make that today, just a short piece of RG58 with the appropriate connectors. And also I would love to be able to power this like I do with the 705 from just a normal USB power bank with a trigger cable. So I have all the pieces I need to make that conversion, so that we can power the QDX from just a normal power delivery power bank. That's the plan for today. Let's get to it. We'll start, I think, with the coax. And for this one I will try and use an angled BNC connector. That means I'll only need a 90-degree turn going from the BNC to the SMA, instead of a 180-degree if I were to go all the way around. Hopefully that's going to make that cable a little bit less likely to rip these two apart. Let's see how it works. I'll just measure approximately how much I need inside here for the center connector to reach the soldering point, and we'll do the braiding thing. Let's see. I think that should be enough. Yeah, no, not quite enough. Almost enough. There we go. Remove the isolation and fold back the braid. And now let's see how far in this will come. That looks pretty perfect. So we'll remove the dielectric as well. Should be enough. Let's get some side snips for removing this, and there we go. Giving it a little bit of a twist. Next up we will insert this in here. These are actually in a lot of ways these are easier to assemble than the other ones. If you look closely, let's see if I can get that into focus. Yeah, you see how nicely that fits. If the focus could be kind enough to stay, see how nicely that fits in there. So now the only challenge is to solder that thing down there without creating too much of a solder blob or even a short. So let's see if we can manage that. I don't think that's going to be possible to do in a camera friendly way, but I can show you afterwards how it turns out. Let's see, you get to see it at the same time as I do. We can just the focus down there. I think that looks pretty nice. Yep. That should be it, and we can close up this one. A rather fine thread on this thing, so it's important to get it threaded correctly, but seems to be managed. And a screwdriver to tighten that. There we go. That was quick enough. And of course, if this was the second connector, I'd be in trouble because I forgot to put on this ferrule. But since this is the first one, we can put it on now, and just so I don't forget, I'll put on the ferrule for the SMA connector as well. So next up we fold this forwards, and as always there's way too much of it, so we'll snip off the excess length of the braid. These are eBay side snips, and I think maybe if I paid more than 50 euro cents for them, I might get some sharper ones. But yeah, mental note to try and find some better side snips. They actually do an alright job. There we go, we bring that in there. Anything else? Yeah, a little bit more that needs to be cut. This is mostly for aesthetical reasons. It doesn't matter if they're there or not. There we go. This is the thing with these crimpers and the angled connector. Let's see if we can show you this. No, that's not really easy to see, but it sort of gets in the way. So it's kind of difficult to find the best way. But I think the best way is this facing forwards. And we'll push it in a little bit more and crimp it and see what happens. There we go. And that worked quite nicely. Good. Yep. That was half of it. Next, we need to measure to find the ideal length for this. And I would say this is about, that's about it. And yeah, we can cut it a little bit shorter because it's not going to go all the way into there. The center conductor will meet the center conductor of the SMA at about this level. So we'll try and cut it there. So let's figure out how much we need for this. We will need approximately, yeah, you got the good, you're still seeing this? I think we're gonna start about there. Actually, let's do a little bit more, just to be on the safe side. So removing the isolation and folding back. No, don't fold back the braid. See, this thing fell off. Let's get it back on here. Now we can fold back the braid. Let's see how far in this goes. Yeah, so that means it goes in this far. So about down there, yeah, that means we can remove about this much of the dielectric. Let's try and cut through it without cutting the conductor and twisting it up. Now the question is, how much of that will fit into this little thing? And I think probably not all of it. Nope, that's about half. So we'll remove about half of this and retwist. You're still seeing this, yeah? And we will try to, oh come on, it's really fiddly. Here we go. Trying to get this back on, and it worked. And we'll try and solder it. There's a little hole there that you are was meant to get the solder through. Let's see if we can manage that. I think we actually did. You don't want too much solder stuck on the center pin, because then it's not going to fit into its little hole. So I clearly got too much on it. Let's try and see if we can get some of it back. Yeah, let's hope that works. And as almost always, let's see if I can show you this. I got too much heat, so you can see that the dielectric, the white part, it flared up a little bit at the end because of the heat, and that's going to stop it from entering the connector in a nice way. So I'll try and just, maybe with the scalpel, just sharpen that a little bit, so it's not connecting when I put it in. Let's see if this works. So now this goes in here, and with any luck it's gonna, that looks very nice in fact, but yeah, maybe a little bit too short. No, if you push it really good, well in there, then that's that looks very nice actually. Yeah. So once again, we need to trim off the excess braid. Like so. And one important bit now is, let's see if we can, is this visible? Yeah, I think it is. The center pin, it's important that that remains at that distance. If I pull on this when I do the final assembly, that's going to be too far in the hole and it's not going to make a good contact. So we need to make sure to keep an eye on that. Looks good this far. We'll place this over there and do another round of trimming. Again, this is mostly for aesthetic purposes. It doesn't really have any technical implication, I think. And you can maybe see now, let's see if we do this. It's still sticking out just the right amount in there, so that's good. Make sure to give this one final push, and we'll crimp it. There we go. Seems to do a fine job. And of course now the final bit will be to bend this into some sort of shape where it's going to fit on the back of here. Let's see if we can, I'll zoom it back out a little bit now. That fits so nicely. Bloody brilliant. I was testing this, just doing a test setup yesterday, and the amount of cables I had running all the way around in the back here was very annoying. This looks so much better. Well, that's only one half of the job. I'll continue with the next one. Next job is to make sure that we can power this thing from just a USB power bank. And sadly, then this USB-C connector does not fit in the back of the QDX. Maybe hopefully the next version will support USB power. That would be nice. But what we'll do for now is to create a converter going from USB-C like this to a barrel connector like this. And I have this, this is called a trigger board. This is a configurable one. You can set this to I think 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts and 15 volts. And we're not interested in having it configurable. That only means that we can rearrange these small switches by accident. So we'll remove the switch, and also we'll remove the terminal block, and we'll try and connect the barrel connector directly to the PCB, and we'll wrap it all up. My first job will be to try and remove the dip switches and the block. Let's see if we can manage that without burning our fingers. Seems to be fairly well fastened already. The thing is, if you can manage to melt the solder on both of these pins at the same time, shouldn't be that difficult to get it out. There we go, that's the one side, I think. Yeah. Maybe we can bring you in a little bit closer for this as well. There we go. Yeah, I think I got one side out. Let's see if we can get the other one. There we go. And the rest of this one. I think that should be it. No, still stuck. Come on. There we go, and there we go. And as you can see, it's got this two nice pads to attach the barrel connector. So I think this is going to work quite nicely. I've already measured, and I know that all these switches need to be on for this to be a 9-volt trigger board. So I'll remove this, and we'll bridge these the connections for these 3 switches. First of all, once again, we need to convince this thing to come out, and I'll just cut the exposed bit of the legs, because it's going to be less of a job to actually remove them. And ouch. Now let's try and heat all 3 pins at the same time, and yeah, as you can see, we managed to get that out a little bit, and we'll do the same on the other side. Remove the tips of the pins protruding from the bottom. Try not to burn myself. You know the saying when it comes to soldering, if it smells like chicken, you're probably doing it wrong. There we go. That was we got them all the way out. Now we just need the final. There we go. So that's trash. And now we just need some wires to bridge these 3 connectors. Start by inserting the wire into one of the holes. Let's see if we can manage that. Come on, be nice. Okay, we'll do it this way. Yep, that went well. And we'll cut it just so it's long enough to reach the other side, and we'll do that 2 more times. Here we go, and 1 more. There we go, we have all 3. And yeah, not sticking out too far on the other side, it seems. That's all right. We'll just fold these over like so. And I'll just bend them around a little bit to keep them in place while we solder them to these connection points here. I'm not going to bother to actually stick them through. Just need them to be connected, and that's enough. And snip off the rest. Like so. This is not going to be pretty, but hopefully it will be functional. Again, as always, you're going to see this better on video than I do in the shop. So I'm hoping there's no really embarrassingly bad solder joints here. Next, we'll solder on the barrel connector. And to do that, we need some slight modifications to it. Let's chop off that one. And we need some pliers to bend this into some sort of shape. So basically what I want to do is flatten these out so that I can solder them directly onto there. Let's see if we can manage to do that. I'll just twist this one, and on this one I think I'll try and remove some of that plastic, and I'll twist this one as well, see what happens. That looks acceptable, I think. Let's see if there's any shorts. Nope, nothing. Very nice. And then I guess it's just a question of getting it soldered on here, and it's nicely labeled V-bus and ground, and of course ground is the outside shield, so this will go on this way. We'll start by tinning this pad nicely, and this one as well. Heat up the tin on the pad, placing this on top. That should be it, in fact. Let's push it back like so. Yeah. And same for the other one. Heating up the tin underneath and pushing this down into it. And now that they're both on, we can just fill up with some more solder. Should be make a nice connection. It's one half, and the other. There we go. Let me show you. I think this turned. Oh, that's warm. Let's see. Yeah, I think that turned out rather nice. Now let me just get some glue line the heat shrink, and I'll stick that over it, and we'll try and measure it and see if it works. Here's the final product, with nicely wrapped with the glue lined heat shrink, and that also stiffens it. I did 2 layers, as you can maybe, let's see. Can you see that? Come on, there we go. Yep, 2 layers of heat shrink, and that also stiffens it up so that this barrel connector doesn't break off as easy. Let's see if it works. We'll plug it into the power bank and connect it, and see what we can measure. That says 9.05 volts. Very nice. So I guess that's it for today's chores. Now we have a nice short cabling solution for working with the, maybe we'll put this way. Nice short cabling solution for working with the QDX portable. Power from the USB power bank, and we also have the SWR meter connected nicely with a short cable special built with the right connectors at both ends. That's it for today. We have achieved both goals. We have a nice custom-made cable for attaching the SWR meter on top of the QDX, and we have a power delivery trigger board so that we can power the QDX from the USB power bank, and it gets a nice stable 9 volts supply. I guess the next up is going out and testing this thing, but that's going to have to be another video. If you'd like to see that or other build videos like this, then please consider subscribing. If you like this video in particular, please give me a thumbs up, and if you discovered something I did wrong, or maybe have another better idea of how I could achieve the same thing, please do leave a comment. Other than that, till next time, 7-3.